rola benjira sangye robar sangye chedan sogi chanam la chanchu bardo dani kyapsun bage jinzo gibe sonam gi rola benjira sangye robar simjen tamje dewa dan devi gyudan dembara gyud simjen tamje dungal dan dungal ge gyudan trawa simjen tamje dungal mebe dewa dan minrawa gyud simjen tamje nyirin chadan nidan trawe dan nyamla neba gyurji simjen tamje dewa dan devi gyudan dembara gyud simjen tamje dungal dan dungal ge gyudan trawa simjen tamje dungal mebe dewa dan minrawa gyud simjen tamje nyirin chadan nidan trawe dan nyamla neba gyurji simjen tamje dewa devi gyudan dembara gyurji simjen tamje dungal dungal ge gyudan trawa gyurji simjen tamje dungal mebe dewa dan minrawa gyurji simjen tamje nyirin chadan nidan trawa dan nyamla neba gyurji sajiveji chuji me do tam je ro lin jen de yen ban de sangye jin do me dem bu Lugnanda Jin Lai Chubarsho Idang Guru Rana Mindala Kanya Dayami Punzo gila jawan rumbe ko tayan ruwe ro kong zo madu shishi jin zibe zo shage zo tela kui cha tsal ya ta gyatsi chenpo jiwa lagi mi tu la tenne ne lungal chu chele tul tundi chindi nye kawe mombe de su ni malo za sungre ta te ngone nyamlen le jarna samotang thungenji nyamlen le jar thungenji na kaloptil chi chenpo shibo jire mane nyanga tsegenji tsi nyempo zammato 다sam시 직다 가시 나와만도 용식이래 어디 도스래 뭐에 내수잖아 다 야자침부 지와라게 가르송 거라잖아 말한서 다른 주주죠 밀린디 미 남주인디 여 당데 레바던 데데 리텐디 아니 양데 양도 토비야 말아 토 가버래 토베 갑텔라 아니페 남주던데 베베졌다네 아니페 동알기 가서 발롱 침보들에 돌아지 제거래 그래서 같은 안겨라 인기로 한다 대체 와라 랭인 집에 남쪽 배쪽 마다나 땅 통인지 맨나 왔다 대공 주나지 리지 나와만다 용스기지 리지 친년보다 미실라 지금 마다 어떤다 뭐맛던 닝보데 레만도 미 팔자 용스기리 왔다 또 신데라 원이 알아서 랭인 집에 남쪽 왔다 디왕게 애니 누가 크로왈리 친척이 애니 베 단지 마리파 싸고 땅에기 애니 계상 아마 주야게 애니 디 리파양다 단 렌데게 애니 동이도 벨 따와 냠렌지니 장주기 셈 중도되는 냠렌지야기 왔다 중디기 땡겨래 왔다 디 인디가라 왔다 두스체네니 미니베 냠데 두부그레 세숭고레스
So, I shall read the verse from the Bodhisattva II. So it's the meaning of the verse I will tell because I do not know the words probably, so I will tell the meaning. So over here in when we have just like so we have a leisure times and to practice and so on. We have 18 qualities to practice and so on. So through right now it's we have this kind of things. So in future it might be very difficult to get again and again. So with your mental alertness, mentally analytical, with your analytical mind, just like you can differentiate what is the cause of the suffering and what is the cause of the happiness and so on. So you have to differentiate between these two and so on. So might be some people like to listen to just like want to know about the big words and so on, just like they wish to listen to, they want to know the words and so on, but in generally if you need, just like this is just for you are going towards just like listening to the words, but if you really do, if you can just like know how to eliminate the cause of the suffering and how to get overcome from the suffering and so on, just like, so we have to know what is the cause of our to take birth in the samsara and circular existence. So through that one, just like the cause is like a marikpa, or the ignore how to say, unknowing the reality or the afflicted emotions of, so this is the cause of the samsara. So through that one we have to avoid, just like as before we went through the wisdom and so on, just like the wisdom with conjoined with the bodhicitta, so eliminate and bring us to get eliminate all the causes of sufferings and brought us to get enlightenment.
What tindi nigala yuntu samtaye ta kasan jure aranzu nangsul tila venang de diore nawa yulko koran chutu tumde genje ngaso nangyore nang najin jiore ne yomare ngoyen ne chudela ngochunile tel dote enipe tuschini yani chale chajen tendeke yani yudan living sultu tendeke yani minkyang ta samgi minkyang pa samgi ke enipe tendel oda tuschini tendel te sumde ne diyor mado ngoyen ne chude nedante tendiji ne yorde nangsul dela ngazo ngame pa chasena mindu ona denjing na dembe ne be 나와다 가서 슈춤보 여대 율코랑오니 오는 난거래 어떤 낭니 미팅비 뭘보 돼 있다나 애니 제바제네 가수 툭툭 제바제나 애니 뭐연니스도 가서 라야 여겨지 자대요래 디용 잡발라 애니 손음 랍 첨부지 마사나 된다왜 남체들 돈 두야 가버리 디디 손음 랍 첨부지 잡발라 니시 자와체 장주 시스템 냠는 저거 가래 오다 띵이 중둔데나 지기 남주에 푸드 좋아 영야라 getting 초드사 아니 남주에기 아니 딘진은 너트야지 땡땡 영야 차대요 오다 띵인도 갈라 디 돈달랑 아조다 딘좀 거래 순좀해야 돼 대학과에 돈달라
so normally usually in Delhi or whatever we appear the things exist by its own objectively or its own nature, its own character. So just like as we appear the things exist, but in generally or in actually it was not like that. Just like it have dependent on the cause and conditions. It depend on parts and wholes, and it's depend on your mental, just like mental imputations. So these are kind of three called kinds of interdependent, just like dependent on causal interdependence, and dependent on parts and wholes, and dependent on mental imputations. So in general, we are things for us. The things appear like that. They are exist by its own nature, its own character. So this because of we have from the many long time ago, just like from the far we have imputed, just like our because of the imputation of grasping truly existence. So we are easy to see this appear the things exist its own nature. Generally, in reality, is not like that. So reality is interdependent. So just like when you think on that one interdependent natures and so on, then you later by if you practice thinking more and more, you will get more reality. More you can see the things emptiness or whatever. Just like see more clearly and clearly. So, but when you with that mind, you have to conjoin with the compassion and so on, or the bodhicitta. Through that one, just like the compassion is like you are cultivating a merit. So we have to cultivate a merit for 3 aeons and so on. So we are through just like the mind, just like compassions and bodhicittas, just like cultivating your merits, and just like a wisdom that we have analytical mind, which wisdom is part of just like analyze the thing how it exists. So we have to go through these two conjoins together to get enlightenment.
오다 두신이 균도 삼다 당기나 땡땡 아주 알아서 즉 로니 로모트디 두신 삼다나 로가로 차다 아니 미 신데 오늘 남주 여봐 미에네베 즉 젬펜진지 땡땡 자긴 규약이 자긴 땡땡 요리스 삼디 토니.
So if you in Delhi practice, if you think like that, we have we the human being have the ability to analyze properly. So so we can just like improve our minds, and we have we can see just like the reality. So this is definitely show that we have our mind is like a kind of clear and so on. We can see the reality easily, just like we if you daily do the thinking like this ways and so on.
대마도 드링 서로야보 제디가라 애니페 삼루투지 땅가지 상이 서로하다라도 냠도 수수 땡녀들 라파이나 애니 데미기 치비즘은 자그레스 타마다 깨게 메긴 라바똥바소리 자고레스.
So just like today you have or you have very strong feelings to studies and so on. Just like we have to keep the continuations of the feeling and so on. Otherwise, just like it's like in finally, if today you have interest to study, then one day you just like left, then you never do anything. Just like in final, you will not nothing. You will get nothing. So
Big
you have
one-
to do things, practice daily by daily. Then you will get your mind will get improved.
대양 애니베 지단 쉐버지고 얼마도 니숭도와 에 조지 발데야 되시기 가르사 ngāmbē 오말렘 바신 세대 ngāmbē 주도라 젤레 가래요서 그가 주도 오마니 데데다나 오마데 통샤고래 주데 쪽이 자샤기 ngāmbē 주도를 투모마이 비젤레지요래 때나진 제대 ngā라서 미스 뜬다 영화 렘바 제발라 신디 윤동 시제 남라마 망베치 오말렘 바신서 송래 ngā라서 체 상이 ngā요데 겨치망아요 가서 라 댕요 말이 수지라 왕자요 말이 수지하고 말이 뭐에 니수 가서 내산 텐디 껴보지길 내디요래 가서 단진 슈 좀배 왕기 처지 지겨어데 처지 제기 에 뭐에 니수들라 가서 텐디지길 내디요래 띵디가 시지 남랑 여자 시구르 시고야들이 단디 얘네 텐디 윤퉁퉁되나 시야기 차켄데 카보레 승을 디인디가라 뒤서 퉁퉁지나 아니 떤다 닝보 다 점된데 순수 쭉 닝보 냠낸 내야돼 대기 공도 주주 땡이들이 탑기 전에 동이 도베셔라 제비션 장주기 셈을 뭐지 땡이 냠낸 풀도 좀 좋은데 제바이나 아니 배 ngāmbi 추기 오만통 나진제네 나라서 코로알리 네 먹어지 코로알리 돌려야지 미지 던든지 용거리 세순고아 대 야보도가 어다 남자 뚝뚝 쓰던 거야
So so just like in normal just like George Panda just talk about just like the duck. Do you know the duck animals, the birds? Yeah, ducks. They have their mouth has ability to analyze the milk and the water. So if you mix the water with milk, so they can know which is they can drink the milk. They let the water keep there. So like that. So we right now our mind we have ability to do like that. So our mind can analyze which is right and which is wrong. Our mind have ability to die. So just like in general we have so strongly grasping of permanent for ourselves. So we are preparing for futures long lifetimes to stay. What we are planning to do in futures and so on because of being our too much grasping of permanence on self. So just like normally just like when we have just like this kind of mind, just like the method and the wisdom, just like method compassions or the Bodhisattva or the wisdom like analytical mind. If you do through this practice, then you will just like normally you will get overcome from the sufferings of samsaras. Then so just like it's just like Buddha, we are very difficult to do know all the phenomena, just like all the objects of knowledge, very difficult to know in short life. But the thing is, we have the talk about the know, just the essence, the short form, just like we have the method and the wisdom, we have to do practice and to overcome from the suffering and so on.
어떻든지 니가라 물주 톰의 잠부 제샤베 중디 뉴뉴레 시다 뉴뉴레 냠len 낸디니 콘랑게네 장주기 세바 셈기 에니베 뉴웨토니 간디 냠len 제거다 어떻게 숨고하래 딘디가라 땅아서 디 중대 휴지 자심부 잡아라했어
So 무주 톰의상보 the text is very actually only very short. So just like he through his practice, how you do practice, so he write this short kind of for the people to know which is necessary to know and so on. So we are right now we are going on this practice on the
딘디 니갈라다 달저 녀가다 때도 강가차네 아니 샘께네 저거 친구로 봐 살람림 삽제전에 때리 때 차네 다 장주 세바 친구를람네 라바 셰럽기 라바 퍼돌 배 녀와 탈친 되긴 지게 더뚱 아니 배직 운이 가서 그래 수시 시규라 따제 땅에다 되게 됐더니 견셔만 보지 응고하래 가르잖아 장섬 사듬바 버도 링이 왕도잖아 장섬 사듬바 버도 년디 판거 얼마다 시디 판거 얼마래 사듬바니 시디 방에 고좀 거래 제삼 디바지 또동 장섬 사듬바이나 또동 디바 방균 디바 여자 시기라 ngame pacha wangi eni pe mangpoji leung ko are tinde gundu shigi dang la 간데시 따제 당구에 시규 간데시 자라치 구에 어떻게 드린 순구하래 간제 가르자 단단디나 삽제 코라나라 니순다 니버 율라 텐술라 든 세야다 간제 수시 시규 라 간데시 자라치 구에 따때 만다만다지 던진 둥원에 순구하래 어떻게 드린 셰구하래 장선 산땅보지 때나 ngatsota lein yund shigu chara chakwa pemsibe kechim chade gores
So we have till now we have completed the that's outline, like we have first we have completed just like talking about we are very difficult to find a life like human beings and so on. And secondly, about that, we have completed about the six perfection, practice of six perfections. And right now, just like they're talking about, just like even the Bodhisattva who have, who already just like he have practice of just like they avoid the afflicted emotion, they eliminate the afflicted emotion, but they still have cognitive obscuration, or they remove the afflicted obscuration to get in line. We are just like in this text, just like we have some outline. We have didn't just like the second. We are now right now we have on the second, just like after finishing the practice of six perfection, we are talking about the second outline is like how to apply it on individual, just like how to practice, how to know, just like so it's he put in a 7 categories, so 7 outlines. So right now we are talking about just like how to analyze oneself and so on. So even the one who attend the 7th bhumi or 7th ground, they have to do like they have to analyze for their character and their individual character. So for us, definitely, 7th bhumi who attend 7th bhumi, 10 bhumi. There's a 10 bhumi, just like.
So first bhumi is direct perception. Second bhumi, eradication of afflicted emotion.
I will give you. No, just like this is so we divide the 5 paths first, right? First path is path of accumulation. Second is part of preparation. Then the third part is part of seeing. And fourth is part of meditation. Now between 3rd and 4th path, they divide the 10th bhumi. Just like divide clarification of just like practicing of 6 perfection. So they have divide 10 bhumi or 10 ground. So just like they are avoiding, just like they have different kind of avoiding afflictive obscurations and cognitive obscuration. So just like they have levels of obscuration. There's a kind of many kinds of obscurations. Some are grosser, some are subtle, and so on. There's a divide into 10 bhumis and so on.
Sachu nani, ta keve jizul marayare. Kanche sadangbude tonlam gidivare. Sab timada salama gude yet chegazoni jiretate. Any gomlam gudivare. Saju tami ishidela. Any tota nichine. Tomade gomlam gudi. Tamade miloblam gudivare.
So just like that bhumi, just like
to robshe jigor mado tape kebi jizulchena can pe tila zoba mangbo yores samdang ya.
So in general, many scholars have their different kind of explanation of the 10 bhumis and so on. So like in general, we are talking just like the first bhumi is on the path of seeing. Path of seeing is when you reach the path of seeing, then it's called first bhumi. Then from the 7th to 9th, like just like 9 divided into 2 categories, upper and lower, right? So the
nan mat juba
Juba, no, 10 bhumi. 10th. The 10th one is divided into 2 categories. So the add and half comes into the path of seeing, path of meditation, the fourth path. And finally, the 10th divided into 2, right? Or 10 into 2. So one is called the it's called
normal lining.
So it divided into just like normal lining, right? And one is also in the path of seeing, but it's a meditative acupice. So and so part of the half is like part of normal lining. So divided into these categories like that.
The two sinan kana so samdang ji ra go res the two chila ge robzo ji te and te kana so so pecha tane jip char tang go res.
First is part of accumulation, soglam. No, we don't have. Part of
Tendi kaji she tendi amar
no, part of preparation. First is part of preparation. Second is part of first is part of accumulation, accumulate the merit, and second is part of preparation, and third is part of seeing, and fourth is part of meditation.
What is path of seeing?
See the emptiness directly, and then meditation, then no more learning. The fifth
Tati-
path.
kron dong ni lam nga de tos la was ra janju ki semla jumin ni nyowa ta bo sam tan de kaji jumin ni nyowa thong yin de jansam solam tang bo sing de jansam ta janju se ba ani sok lam ta ring wang du chin je 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 shi go res oda te solam se go res.
So just like when someone do practice, right? Do practice and so on. Just like when he have bodhicitta mind, just like not dependent on others. Just like it's called not by artificial. It's without artificial. So it's when some just like artificial, yeah, unconditioned. Okay, unconditioned. Just like it's called artificial or non-artificial. Like just like whenever you see a sentient being, you feel very compassion towards others and so on. You don't need to deal with the suffering one or other one. So if you have that kind of mind, then you will enter into the path of accumulation. Solam.
solam ta solam chumu ze de solam li ju res.
So this is the first. So Toglam also divided into 3 kind of category. So this
Solam-
is called as how do you say
solam
this?
chumu ju res.
Chungu, we say chungu or the letter or small.
Tangpo
Small,
ta
middle and large,
sok lam
okay.
thoba res ta dini.
So this is the beginning of the path of accumulation.
Dini ani janju ge samling ni che de ji ji ba ani pe tong ni to be tawa sam da de da khesan na jin ne ngan zo nang ne mi tu ba sam ta de na ni tong ni la de ji ko cha dun ji sul de ni to yong de la ani joram do fa res.
So just like when he just like thinks about he have his after that part, right? He practiced compassion and so on. His compassion become more powerful, and also just like when he is thinking about meditation about the emptiness. So when he see the emptiness like a conceptual, seeing the emptiness as a conceptual thinking, just like not really seeing like directly, but we have by conceptually. So then he entered into the second part of what Choklam, the part of accumulation. That is called middle.
아니 다 이양 딱 오늘 던지 술이 또 연도가 또 동냠버자네 아니 냠버자자네 주고에네 던지라 살랑 던데 무슨도 또 연도가 다 통람 생인데 잡아래 땡기 간사데 통람바 파파 인장선 사당부터 봐 자메까지 땅부터 봐 어디서 뒤냠래 그지지 뒤냠들.
I did one mistake. So just like when he see the emptiness, right? Emptiness as a conceptual emptiness, just like see the emptiness, how we imagine things like that, then he enter into the path of preparation. So when we practice on that one, emptiness, then he see the emptiness directly. Then he enter into the path of seeing. See the emptiness directly, like see our things like phenomena. When we see like troubles and so on, we see directly like that. He sees the emptiness. Then he enter into the path of seeing.
디암 통세드가라 미기 통에 가자 말이. 냠샤 또바 이실라. 아니페 무수 산랑 통요 가자래.
So over here, see over here means like see by eyes and so on. So it's dealing with the mental consciousness. Yeah, mentally. He see the emptiness mentally, like what our sees like things like this. So it's on the during times of meditation equipiece.
다돈 때삼지 니메드 배 콘디바 추 중보야 인사 디에네 배 꼼디 땡고고잖아. 옴남색인들라 사망부 용과에 규전대 통고래스.
So even if we see the emptiness, so still he have lot of afflicted, just like lots of things to avoid. We have because of lots of habits and so on. Yeah, we have lots of habits, imprint and so on. Just like habit of we are doing a lot of bad things and so on, still doing. So he have to remove. Yeah.
Craving and aversion.
Yeah, craving.
Eradicate.
Yeah. So just like he have lots of because of being habit in for long time, he have lots of bad habits and so on. To avoid this kind of things, he just like so he still have to practice the emptiness more and more.
와다 두스체네 디레 다 맞은 디발라 녀모빈 디바 시진 디바스기도 와 딜라 두다지가 자좀 만다요래 다또 우마 탱교위 루지자 제디지 숍지 제이나 녀모빈 디바 시디갈라 나란소 녀몽 세대 자외 녀몽 코랑란 아주 고아시 차고 와래 강 율을 대용도갈라 셈 라투 마지바 셈 투버제바 셈 날도 말네바 치긴지기 심중지라 녀몽시고 와래.
So just like we have lots of lot of obstacles to attain the liberations and enlightenment. Just like so, in general, they divide into two categories: afflicted obscurations and cognitive obscurations. Right. So just like afflicted over here means for whenever you have the mind is arising for you, it will make you unhappy, feel unhappy, and so on. They are called the afflicted emotion, obscuration, and so on.
데라 디바세고 왔던데 셈 투버체긴들 디바세고 거래 되게 콘도 주죠. 왜 니츠데라 땐 받지니 에 랑원이 랑징이 마도와 데라 미통화 디버체긴질라 디버체 인사 텔링 녀몽텔라 에니페 디바 녀몽 빈 디바 저타가래 테 락파레 마란조 에 짱마지갈라 둘밤나 벨라요와 둘티 땅게 떠롱 타루 제데 자야라 카게요 따야라 카게요 근데라 에니 딘더웨 에니베 고 타바페 참오데 추망부 땅고 오레지 뉴탄이 투고래 오다 뜬나신지 제네 시지 디바데 간체 딘진 자페 빠차 라마도 딘진 코랑 땡큐 롤라 딘진은 녀몽라 자고래 딘두가 딘진 자차베 빠차다 시지 디바시 오래 딜라 아니페 응원이 님포 춤보텐 아니 남주 망보텐네 아니페 고빵고 거마도 콜레라보지 뭐에빵 레라보지 빵투고 거라 카르고 거라 딘드 장세미나 사이게빠니 지는 곳좀 거래 디디 빵야라 고 가고도 와지.
So it's like why it's called the obstacle or obscuration. Like so, this because of the afflicted obscuration, we avoid us to see the realities of the phenomena. So like we think that thing exists, inherently exists, and so on. So because of this mind, we cannot see the reality of the phenomena, interdependent natures of the phenomena, and so on. So because of that, they are called obscuration. So this is like when we have glass, when we have particles and so on, we see easily to remove, right? So this is like the particles on the glass. It's easy to remove. You have cloth, then you can remove easily.
Clean glass.
Yeah. Just like in a clean glass, they have particles and so on, right? Then we can see easily to remove that. So there's more subtle than that. Just like we have to put lots of water or spray, whatever. We have to struggle more. Just like they are called the cognitive obstructions. So we have to put more effort to remove all of these things. Just like this, actually the grasping of objectively grasping or inherently grasping. So self-grasping or phenomena, whatever grasping truly existent, they are included in the afflicted obscuration. The imprint which are made by this grasping are called the cognitive obscurations.
어두신 지나다 삼탄에 라그로 와시. 개버도 치고 그래서.
Like anger, thought, but no emotion. Like after remove afflicted emotion. Like anger, thought, but no attached emotion.
What do you say?
Afflicted.
Yeah, afflict mental.
Afflicted, like anger, thought, but no emotion.
Not like that. Just like how to say it? Just like when you remove afflicted, right? So just like there's a good example for this too, right? When you have garlic, you know the garlic have bad smell, right? So when you have the pot with the garlic, right? You have lot of smell. If you remove the garlic, there's smell still remain there. It's like that. Like garlic is like afflicted obscurations, and the imprint of the garlics they put in the smell still there. It's like like that. This is called the cognitive obscuration. Example, in generally the textbooks give like that. So just like in generally just like cognitive obscurations are start to remove from the at ground of the Bodhisattva.
다티 세부지 셔발라. 즉 바자 간지 자그였네. 아니 오지 간디였네. 아니 두바이 시에도 바자 가르 자그였네. 대속한가? 아니 배 군식이 노상야보 마시나 대 가보지 그래서. 배 즉바 오자 오지들도 두스 치겨래. 그 집사론로마다 레라보시야 말단다. 두스네 시집당 뉴몬빈 디방이기 개발돼 간대지하고매 방해하게 참대 가바니 5.9에 되기 시바이나 간삼 수소 펜도 그래서.
So now the thing is how the mind afflicted obscuration put imprints and where he put imprints. So to understand this all of things, right, it's very difficult to know. Very difficult. For that one you have to know there's a mind called basis of all. Just like in the talk in the Chittaman, the mind only school, they talk about this one. Mind only school, they talk about the 8 kind of consciousness. Normally we have 6 consciousness, 5 sense consciousness, and 6 is mental consciousness. And in mental consciousness. 5 mental, 5 senses dealing with the sense, and 6th one is mental, thought and so on. And in mind only school they talk about the 8 one. They talk about the 8 consciousness division of, just like one is called the basis of all mind or whatever, just like the mind we put the all imprint on this one, and one is the grasping of truly existent of that mind. He grabs that is truly existent. This is called the nyunyi, how to say, so it's called affected consciousness, affected mental consciousness. So it's normally it's called like that. So just like it, that mind grabs the seventh one, truly existent and so on. So we have to know clearly about this mind, the seventh one from the Chittamanda. So the thing is, how they put imprint, in which mind they put imprint, right? And what kind of imprint they put. We have to, if you know this, to know this clearly, we have to know about the kunshi, or the basis of all mind, the mind called basis of all. We have to know about that one. So right now we just talk about the till right now we is for us is enough to know right now just like what kind of obfuscation we have, just like kind of obfuscation, afflicted obfuscations and cognitive obfuscation. What is the we have to know that what is the difference between these two. And if you go through more dealing, then we have to go for the levels of mind only schools and so on.
듣고 류인 남자 타길 때니 집 사로 그럼 가서 배 가즈난 총린지기 고 수수 짤다서 가서 띵로들이 살도해요 와 오다 띵나진지 남베치라 아랑 남자 둔둔나 가서 제대로 제바제 지데 아니 배 살도인데 요레스 남베 팅이 중데 원이 직 삼을 가서 코르진 띵자로 드라이지요레스.
So just like when one person is swimming, right? Swimmer, if you are very well swimmer, if you jump into the ocean, dripping, jump water, drive into the water or the oceans. If you go further in deep, you can see more clearly about the underground and so on, right? Near the soils and whatever, you can see more clearly. Like that, just like in if you know about the consciousness and so on more deeper, then you will know just like the dealings, how they imprint and so on more deeper. Just like so in Buddhism, you can, if you have the like analytical mind, we have if you have analyzing mind, you can analyze everything. Then you can understand more about the consciousness and so on.
Tam nangpi philosophy nangpi ribilam gin dwejirwa te hallebi 딱 가서라 딱 문이 남짓 된사 여기까지 다 남배 때빠져 서서지 저가 챌린저지나 그 끼진지 하거나 된데 가고서 그 말이.
So the dialectic in the Buddhism dialectic, the way of how they analyze, way of how they debate and so on about the philosophy, just like, so if you know the way, just like you can more go deeper and so on, study programs and dialectic, how to debate on this one and so on. But just like for doing a puja, like it's if you know about one thing, right, then you will know more the same others and so on. But for the philosophy, just like if you study more deeper, you can more go through more deeper and deeper understand.
제막이 길거리 장한테서 산 만달라테서 나와도 그냥 되니다는 살래. 그걸 저장 풀도 좋아요. 두부리. 시라 가버서 게 말해. 미시간지 량 가버와.
So just like when we are just like making a sun mandala. So if you do practice, just like if you go for class for practice and so on for 6 months, more is more enough for you to know well known about that one. For the philosophy, you'll take more times and so on.
낭배 중데 미세 깜볼타나 줘야지요 말해.
So just like for the philosophical point of, if you study or analyze for whole of your life, it is not enough for you to analyze properly.
다 겨울무지존지나 neuroscience 토랑 풀도 좀 차대요. 남비숑 짱을 따르마도 neuroscience 진용 거라요 말해. 와다 quantum physics 진용요 말해. 남비숑 타니 계속해봐 잡아라.
So just like for the Dalai Lama, just like he never have studied the neuroscience of quantum physics and so on. That because of the being studies of Buddhism philosophy, he can analyze more and understand more about the neuroscience and the quantum physics and so on.
계란 원에 미첼렌 찍인드나 고물루도 비중তে서로 배자 야볼로 섬로 야보땅 누스제나 땡기 개왕 자기래.
So if you want to become a more good scholar or whatever, just like you have to study like the text written by the Nagarjunas, and you have to more analyze on the text and so on. Then you will become a scholar. Very Nagarjuna. Yeah. No, Nagarjuna is Nagarjuna. Uma is talking about the consequences middle way. Yeah. Just like
우머렌제 탕와
just like Precious Garland
동니든 주바
and 70 stanzas of emptiness and so on.
디게티로 그래.
No,
말해.
mine only come in another. Just like Nagarjuna is talking about the highest schools of Buddhism. It's like called the consequency middle way. There's two kinds of middle way, right? Autonomy and consequency. Prasangika Madhyamika philosophy. If you study the Madhyamika, Prasangika Madhyamika, just like fundamental wisdom of middle way, right? Umatsawa Shirap. You study like then 70 stanza and also the 60 stanzas for the logics and so on. Then also the Precious Garland. And also the 400 stanzas on middle way schools and so on.
Tini karsa mudapalita tikiti lo kore peja
This sangi ganglo.
sangi 경계 아니 준주 lo kore 준주 대 15 야보래.
So just like and also if you go for Shantideva's books of guide to the Bodhisattva way of life, then it's also very nice. Yeah. So
루틴 집어 팽기 말했어와 시숨 아니 삼당 거래.
So just like we are taking class, right? So this is not enough for us to take. Just we have to analyze. We have to think more about the things what we are taught. So we have to analyze more and so.
삼당당 이름 선질라 니베 디직로 차례지 중나 되니시니 좋아서 마서는 용그리.
So just like when you have thinking, right, things lot every day and so on. Just like even when you feel like, even in a dream you are thinking about that, and then you will taste the meaning of the emptiness and so on.
결혼해서 클라스 가서 클라스 어디 갈라? 클라스 말들지 틀미 갭샤이나 주번 주고 코라 말해. 가르치니 왕보데 터미나진 칠레간라요라. 가츠치데 애니 칠레간라 코라 갭투이나 로데 왕부유디 룰라 누구 와래. 로데 룰라 펜바요래. 애니 이실레 펜바요래. 남치 이신 루시 이신 니갈 펜바즈데 두스로 차숨디 치거래. 그래서 제가 왕부가 코라 마잖아. 왕불로 많이오나 애니 판도네 류레 펜보 때문에 연구한 말에 이실 펜보 연구한 말에 루 니바디 용투고 말 왕불라 어떻게나 진짜 내가 아주 삼루타네 지금 맨나 애니 유토라 켈투 용투비야 코나요 말이 유토라.
So so like just like when we are having a meal or lunch or whatever, if you without chewing the food, if you go directly, right, if you put inside, bring inside the stomach directly without chewing, then you don't feel the taste, and also later you will feel suffer and so on, right? So when how much you chew the food, then you will feel more taste, and also it will help you to get your energies towards your bodies, and also for the healthy of mental and so on. So like that, just like when you are study here, and you have to analyze and think more and more about, then it will bring you to help for yourself.
오다 두스레 오다 때니 느가라 다 동이도베 대기 콘도 주주 동 똥바니 시야데 똥 시야데 ranjing to be tonsi yorwa. Perna the tilvi thando chase mangbo chayore. Tilbu kurang kijire. That tilvi thando ko kije mangbo chayore. Tilvi thando ranjing madu bad tilvi kije de mado the kiji the mandari kiji yonya kona yo mare. Oda tiki the samtang kor kandis ru yo me. Those in samtang you la mata yore.
So when you think things about the bell, it's like, so if you just like talking about the emptiness, right? Emptiness over here, empty means lacking. Lacking what? Lacking inherently existent or objectively. So just like when you think about the bell, just like bell is the base, and if you analyze the bell is lacking of inherently existent, bell is lacking of objectively existent, then these are things like qualities of the bell. So if you think about the bell, how it was not in, how it lacked inherently existent and so on, then you have to analyze. You can have lots of things to think about the qualities of bells and so on.
Kiji to kadisi doyeme. This is something koro. Aron tanda. Dewa tela nangbe juni. Ten junding dewa. Ani rajinding dewa sati yore. Oda kiji dewa tida rajinding dewa no yang ten jung dewa te chalo mare. Tigi te kibar mashina yang aru mongirwa. Kawo yore. Lilap nangbe jung halebi lap chembori. Nangbe jung yahoshina namche pultu jungwa namche yahochagre.
So just like when you're talking about the bell and the bell emptiness of the bell, just like it's kind of like relations between the best and its quality. So just like in Buddhism we talk about that there's interdependent in different ways, just like interdependent between the best and its quality, or and also the this is called the how to say it's kind of called the same entity, relations between the same entities. Entity, nature, ENTITY, entity, nature, or something like that. So, and one is kind of relations like cause and effect. So this is bell and these are like in a one same entity or the same nature. So there's like things like the relations. There's talking about the many kinds of relations like that. So when you think when we use our analyze how the relations over here, base and its quality are mostly like there are relations between the same entities or one same natures and so on. Relations between base and the qualities. Basis, yeah. Yeah, the basis just like if you look for this is impermanent, right? Bell is impermanent. So impermanent is quality, and bell is the base. Like so just like it's within a one single basis, there's a lot of quality like permanent, like impermanent, emptiness, and whatever. Many kinds of qualities are there.
Cool. Divu dujes. Tau ko dujes de yanji. Divu keche chade. Divu ngopozana divu keche chade. Divu mitavazana divu keche chade. Divu sangi tongni zana divu keche chade. Divu sangi neru zana divu keche chade. Divu dame pazana divu keche chade. Kokani keche pet chachaya pemabo.
So just like single bell, the basis, the single base have kind of quality. Like if you talk about the composite, bell is being composite. It's composed with a lot of things, right? So the composite is quality of the bell, and also just like if think about the bell is think. We say that one we can do functions. We say think, things. So this is THINGS, not think, things. Yeah. So it's also the qualities of the bell, and also about the impermanence. Because of being changing, it's called impermanent. And because of if you talk about the emptiness, it's like it was lacking of inherently existence, it was impermanent. And also just like a reality of the bells, and it's also the qualities of bells. So there's a different within a single basis. There's a lot of kinds of qualities. So when you have to think about, you can also think like this. There's a lot of qualities about the bells and so on.
어다도 시드 삼탄 대회나 딱 뭐네 남제 치르르교와 아니 통계 지점 치르도 아니 셈나 구야 토비아래 아니 포바케요래 펜도용 거래 같이 디조 냠렌체네 랑게 시규라 포바케야 조아케야 아니 덴디시 좋아이나 다 디조 냠렌체네 디조 칭인지네 학원이 개선도 두바레스.
So through just like analyzing like that, then your mental analytical way of analyzing become more wider, and your mind become more calm and so on. So just like when you through analyzing, then you become calm and so on. These are the just like how to say we can know more about the realities of things and so on. So it will help that help us to calm our mind and.
백 두두스 전에 삼당와도 뱀미스베 개체모리 아니 가수지 투게 치르기도 로게체 누구레스.
So how much you have wider of your analytical or wider of your knowledge, then your mind become more calm and so on.
어다 두스레스 다 찰찰 망벌라발레 다 디가란 거기 쭝데로나스로와 랑기 줄바 랑기 마타나 제베즈기 주민지세베 디징균도 랑기 줄발라 따네 퐁아 갈슬알인세다 땅원레 나란조 수수 줄바데 소수기 가르지 너르제데 랑기 제바이나 지 미젠달라 섭가서요 말아 미징 누구조나 수수 마기베 용구로와 왔다 때인데가 랑 줄바랑 것도 가르지는 줄바 딱 거잖아 최바지 인도너지니 아니베 최비 추수 때니 아니 최대 미팅 비자와지 시그레 다들 지시바서마다 망보도와 용화 용어도 왔던데 왔다 뒤저래 디 여름에 배 망보승우도 와 그러니까 바카사 최바서 망보때 아니 되게 되네 배 좀된데 나랑서 야보지 맞잖아 맞죠 좀된데 대받치 거래 좀된데 잡라 사번 아버지 다한테 템바다 나번 아버지 거라 가지고 배 최바 인도도지 아니 배 최대 맡으면 내가 제가 있나 배 미스베 딜레 삽체지 끼니요 말에 디네 인자 랑기 출바 뛰 윤도 따고 그래 따나 니때야 장주 세백 냠네 딴 장주 세바 오늘 사도기 장주 세바이나 출바 따고 왜나 가서 메지 그때 고공도 주주 나지래 오늘 제거래 오늘 양양도 수다 당 거래.
So the verse number 31. Sure, I need to read this one. I can read this one. Okay, I can read the both. First one. This is just like without making effort to analyze, but you can actually this one you can read right. Clearly, delusions we have and mistake we commit. Then even thought outward. Even though outwardly practice dharma, we still may perform many non-dramic deeds, right? For these very reasons, let's try to examine mistake and delusions of a false we possess. Then, afterward, try to remove them completely. The son of the Bodhisattva all practice this way. So I will read this one, right? If you do not analyze your own fall, right, you might put on a dharmic facade. What is it? Facade. Yeah, facade, while behaving in non-dharmic way. Therefore, to to continually analyze your fault, then discard them. This is the practice of Bodhisattva.
어떻게
So this kind
로정 두두면에 열에서 와.
the
방분이 아,
they all do it.
야,
That's
그게
60
말이야.
people out.
어떻게
So normally just like many of first we have to analyze for our own fault what flaw or fault what we are doing, just like with the you have no dharmic fact. Many of they say they are doing dharmic practice, that normally they are not doing dharma. They are just giving the name they are doing Brahma. So even there's a lot of people that just like they do like that. Dharmic facade, right? Facade, sorry. Dharmic facade. Okay. So we in a we dharmic facade we do for non, even they are not doing dharma, we say I'm doing dharmic. So many people in this, that many people doing also, the Lama also talk about just like many people are doing like that. So just like if you do like this, it's like when we put black drops on the feet of Buddha and pulling down. You are not doing dharmic practice, but you say I'm doing just like that. You are pulling the hands of the feet of the Buddha. Just like if you put a feet black drops on the feet of Buddha, and it's like pulling down.
Does this assume that the person that's doing the dharmic facade knows that they are, or they don't even realize that they are?
The 최비수기 최미 제바더라. 단다디 코랑기 시기열에 마셔가지 좀.
니가 영어로 그랬어.
Both side can be both.
니가 영어로 그랬어. 가시 응원이 랑가진 슈중보용에 대나 슈중보용에 되는 캐스진에 좀 된데네 배 주바 인도도 저기 캐스진에 저게 용서 그래. 스스로 마셔버지네 용 된디증이 용어 그래. 니가 용어 그래.
So this can be some people they do just like even they know they are this is not dharmic, but they're still doing. Some people they don't know properly, so they it can be both. But they actually they are not.
기술적인 데라 니바 체요래. 마셔버적인 데라 니바 충어요래. 니바 매 말해.
So those who doing just like without knowing whether this is dharmic or not, just like dharmic facade or not dharma. So for them they create less number of unwholesome deeds, actions, non-virtue. But those people who just like even they know this is not the right things, they are still doing. They feel that they're doing. So they create more non-virtuous things and so on.
오다 로전 뜬리면은 누가스 빵부니기 조중 세야되다 단다디 셔체치 바리 돈다치 바차고 와래 빵부니 시디가 시 에게신인 수zampe 람된증에 에게신인데 치 방포래 망게 방포데 가르르와 랑 아니 수시 유기 아니 남주된 잠니지 장주기섬 동이 또벨 타와 땡들레 냠는지네 아니 베 땡디기 꼼바코노 콘도 펠나 코 미거 절락 드라코나 요 말와 디존 난기 방포래 어떻다가 나진기 시진 온도 예나라 아니 치 용진다 난기 용진지 셰기래 치 용진데 랑기 그 신인다 아니 조상보 아니 이긴진 야니 아니 소소다 아니 지다치 바인데게 장비 철라까지 신이 땀징이 장보에 니페 양된징이 디기텔라 치 용진데 난기 용진데 수시 유게네 베 풀중기다 가서고래 개회 철라 가당이 심 간지 인루 남치 어다 미다베 더블로 용초그래 동이 더블로 용초그래 장주기 샘기진베네 그와 까린 친제 답에 남기 용진차로 어다 디게데 아주 윤도 돼야돼 다 디게데 차디오레스.
So in general we talk about just like we have to do our practice through the two witness, right? The witness of our outer witness, that's like a witness from the teachers and so on. We just like whether they will teach you right how to do practice and so on. Then when you are don't know properly, then you have to ask for teachers and so on. This is one kind of witness for you, whether you are doing really practice or not. And secondly, you have to analyze for yourself, this kind of inner witness for yourself. So you witness from self and witness from other. As like in the Pramana we talk about the tutor, two kinds of tutor, just like two kind of tutor or teachers, like outer teacher and inner teacher. So outer is like a teacher, really teacher, the physical, and also the friends who teach you how to do practice, and also whatever, just like who will give you instruction to do practice and so on. The properly instruction of the doing practice and so on. And the inner tutor or inner teacher is like when we are doing practice of compassion and so on. This compassion and also the things of impermanence and practice on that one. All are like an inner tutor or inner teachers of ourselves.
Bambu ni ki zo sung sia de nan ta bambu le chi bambu nang ki bambu ze ni yorwa chi bambu de ta ko kabre thu mare nang bambu to zo cha do susu kaba ina tendi shigi zambu de yuba ina eni pe susu kaba ina pe nyamdo ro de dugala ti ta digita pe yansa tang ten sawani mi do te inza bambu ni ki zo sung se da nangi bambu de zo re ze sung re.
So there's a two kind of witness, like outer and inner. So
De
outer
raison
witness.
tendu mene yores.
So in seven turning of the mind over here in talking about
7.1 man.
same point of mind. So talking about the two kind of witness, this kind of talking in this text. So it's like outer witness, like teachers and so on. You can meet them sometime. Not normally you will meet sometime. Most of you stay out whatever. Just like you cannot meet like yourself. Inner witness is yourself. It's like you will always wherever you go. Yes, stay all the times with you, right? You have to analyze. So it's more important than the outer. Inner witness is more important than the outer witness. Inner witness is all the time, stay all the times with you. Whenever you do, whatever you do, you have to analyze through that one.
Chi yunzin de zo chabayina ta karche gre. Teni nga zo ngungo matsuba yongay ki kyache ke tamba yore. Yen yoti gala kuishep chendo kaboche, yen midi gala pet chuba torchos tangya ki nyanga yore.
So
Di indi nang yunzin de yona chuba torchos tangya gyuni mido.
just like if we have just like our witness or our tutor,
Ta di ngi di la gorda. Chi yunzin de zo yina chuba torchos roye nyanga yore.
so if the outer witness or the outer tutor is important than the inner, then it's like when we meet teachers, then we do very calm and so on. In later, if we go out, we can create very bad karma and so on. So we can do the, how to say, in front of people we do very good and so on, but in the backside, like they never do properly. So it can't be happen like this. So this means inner is more important than the outer tutor or the outer witness.
Wata teni gala gyundu chik ngone rangi shigirla nishi minam kyaya chanju ki semla nepe chuma tsunji ni saltat minam kyang ani tongni tobe tawa kaje dentong gyumal tabu nang na raje mebaji yangni ngarangzu nangzu na je me samsamji ki tendishi yu konang ne nangido tendishi yo maris samlo gyundu tantegi na yuli itun zeba kandishi teba yina tel chabakya yisa korang yo mare ti abudu wa.
So just like inner tutor or inner business, just like when we are talking about, just like in general we do a practice of compassion or the Bodhisattva, just like, and also when we do practice of how to say emptiness, just like when we do practice of emptiness, like what we appear something, but we have to think like it's not actually exist. In reality, it does not exist. What we appear, for us, appearance it what exist truly, but we have to think that it was not really exist as what appeared to you. If you think like that and so on, just like when something is, you see a beautiful or smart, beautiful things, whatever, then if you think like that, it will make you to disattach the things. Otherwise, you will, if you don't think, if you think that it will exist in its own nature and so on, it will get more attachment toward. You will get more attachment toward that one. So if you think like whatever things appear to you is not really exist as it is. So if you think like that, then it will make you disattachment and so on. If you will lose more attachments toward other things.
And I think you were just saying earlier, and I'm paraphrasing, so it's easy to fool an outer teacher, but it's harder to fool your inner teacher?
We say it's more important for us to look on inner teacher than outer teacher.
되게 지 윤진데 가르쳐 그래. 야보 말해서 되까지 시기가 말해서 와. 지 윤진래 난기 윤진데 쪼래 제 순고하래 나도.
So over here we're not talking about the outer teacher is not important. We are talking about the inner teacher is more important than the outer teacher. Outer teacher is important, but the thing is inner is we always with ourselves everywhere. So we have inner teacher is more important than outer. Outer is important, but the inner is more important than.
But we have this idea in psychology about defense mechanisms. So, in other words, we can think that we see things
Mm-hmm.
properly, but we fool ourselves. We have blind spots. We have trouble analyzing properly because we're trying to protect
Mm-hmm.
our ego or our way of seeing things.
For the time being, though,
Yeah.
like the truth always comes out, even if we don't accept it, and eventually, like the suffering that you incur, if you want to escape that suffering, you're going to have to accept the truth that you deny yourself.
So the thing.
So, unless you're attached to your suffering, but everybody gets tired of it after a while. Even somebody that's attached to it, like
They think that it's something outside of them is causing it. They don't see that it's inside.
that
Rejections instead.
there's rejection. So a lot of it, like it seems like a lot of,
But we all do that.
yeah, it seems like you have to be willing to accept your own.
But we have to learn how to analyze differently.
Yeah.
You told what?
Yeah.
What is your question? What is your question? You know your questions then.
How do I learn to analyze properly when I'm so habituated to not analyzing properly?
So just practice, just analyzing properly, right? just 하고서
가르쳐.
거기
There is this. When the ego goes into self-defense mode, there is a sensation. If you look for that sensation, that can be a red flag that you're in if you're in defense mode, that can tell you, oh, maybe there's something around here that I can analyze.
So I will give you one. It's like when you have analyzing, right? When you are in a emotional whatever, just like you feel that you are important than them, right? You are thinking you are important than, so you never analyze properly. First, you have to calm down your mind, then you can know very properly.
So one clue is if you're emotionally
You
charged up.
emotional charge, then you feel that I'm so important. He's harming me or whatever. It's like even if you give by some stick hit, like little bit, you feel. If you feel have lots of grasping of I'm important, then you will feel very angry towards him. On that time, you have to analyze. You have to cool down your mind. Then you will know how to properly analyze.
가르쳤어.
거기 심주 딱딱 간지시고 그래라 그랬다.
응.
딱가전 삼삼 이모션 차로라. 어디 갑자기 소속 파조디 파조디 갈라나 파조디 기교에마다 소속 기교엔 통마로 어디 나왔다. 뭐.
심지 제발라 로즈로 내봐지고 그래. 로즈로 내봐 맨날 심지 영화했구나 야 말해. 나슈 춤보지 나슈 춤보지 요 갑라 심지 있잖아 깨짝 깨탄반 너르고 또 뭐변 내주더라고 말해.
So just like talking, if you have just like strongly self-grasping, on the emotion, you cannot analyze properly. So when you want to analyze properly, you have to, your mind will be clear, just like to analyze properly. You don't have to, your mind should be, how to say, just like avoid from attached to what you are too much. Your mind should be at the center.
심지어
through
지금
the-
미들라 키치
For a sensation.
So when you notice the
Make-
self-grasping,
make,
you should stop analyzing
Yeah,
completely.
make note of sensation, wait for mind to calm.
Yeah,
and
that
then
is,
analyze.
yeah. Wait for calm your mind, then you can analyze properly.
책엔 숨산 것을 해서 가이나 와
Otherwise, you can calm your mind,
왜
just like
미
through meditation or through
미지.
breathing.
디 감젤라다 메타르 망보 연구를 와 메디테이션 집어 말해 메타르 망보 연구를 임주적인 미지라 책엔 가르상 거라잖아 랑레젠 쪼적인지 로조르네 봐 아니 컨피던트니요가 포파이게 임주제라 던이리요 던디지고 그래 다
So, if you want to do proper analyze, right? First, you have your mind just like should be, you should be things other is more important than yourself, right? Then, secondly, your mind should be at the center, not to attach to, not towards angry towards other, and not attached toward yourself. You should be at the center. And third is that like you have willing to interest analyze that one. Then you can do analyze properly.
대군의 의원이들아 그러마다 때마다 가버리. nga shu chumbu yongin le nga zi shu chumbu yongin ni kada 심지 제거래.
So just like
요야 코노 요 말에.
so, if you have this kind of mind, then you can do properly the analyze. If you are very strongly grasping of important of me, then you cannot do analyze.
So the other's more important than self, calm mind, and what was the third?
Third is
Well, then-
just like interest on analyze.
jen zo chengin mila. 대 용야 코노 요 말 nga zi shu chumbu de. nga zi yo de yo de de shu chumbu de yo 말에.
So just like if you have mind like other is more important than you, then you don't have a strongly grasping of important of strong. You don't feel that strongly grasping because you feel that other is more important than you.
디게 자와 가르치나 좋아팅 디기와 또서. 포바케 그래 좋아케 그래 진대 용 그래.
So if you have mind like this, when you feel that your other is more important, you have mind like this, then you will wish to do more analyze and so on. Just like you will feel proud of yourself and so on.
딘디 연대게 질라 샘주미하게 차킹 코너 요 말다. 샘주미하게 고급 코너 요 말에.
So if you have kind of like mind like that, then there's no chance to get depressed and emotional yourself.
대 코람 박이니 람림 나라 에 뉴지 싱일라 롤덴 주네 땡일 키스 키주 숨자거도 람림기 에 체드자빈 둘자라 로 주르 네바지메나 남바치디 남짓던 두야요 말이 주르 네바이나 땡일메나 용야요 말이 고텔인 주고 거라 말이 롤덴 주르네 땡일 뜬누마냐나 델리강 용해요 말와 이제도 주르네 바데 깨치무시하고 와래 주르네 바데 초롱 매바지고 와래 란초 전초 매바지 란초 전초 차서나 남비중 시고 그라 말에
So in a Lamrim or the path of enlightenment, they give the definition of student, like they give the three qualities of student. Just like you have a proper mind of analyze, should have. Then secondly, you have in the center, not in the side of any other things. And third is that you have interest on study or whatever. So without these three minds, you cannot study properly and so on. So if you have attached toward yourself and dislike others, then you cannot study properly. And if you don't have interest, right, then you also come and lose, then you will don't understand properly the teachings and so on. Yes, understand that.
Say, center, no craving,
No, yeah, like center, just like you feel your thought is more important. Just like if you are Buddhism, you think that Buddhism is more important than non-Buddhism school. So you don't have that kind of thinking. If you want to analyze, you should be in the center. Then analyze properly, which is more important, right? Which is more how to say, reality. Yeah, more correct and so on. If you feel I'm Buddhist, or you feel I'm non-Buddhist or Hinduism, then I want to study Buddhism. Then you feel that talking in Buddhism, you feel that this is not good, this is not right. You feel not correctly, so that's why you cannot analyze properly.
그러면 니슈 치다도와 맥당야. 난 맥당세. 자,
Okay. Now have tea.